Hi everyone, I'm a teacher who is part of a team passionate about sparking curiosity in our students. As teachers, we want our students to be critical thinkers and appreciate complex and multifaceted issues happening around the world. However, this is a challenging task because some of these global issues just seem so far away and unrelated to our students and their daily life experiences. As you know, there are many ways to spark curiosity, and we think that one way is by immersing students in issue-based stories where they take charge and make their own decisions. So how can we immerse students in such first-person scenarios and, as teachers, enable such experiences? We created the Choose Your Own Adventure Immersive Learning Toolkit. The name is a little long, so I'll be referring to it as ILT from now on. I'm not sure if any of you recall or are familiar with the old school Choose Your Own Adventure books or game books, where readers had to participate in the story by turning to different pages depending on your choice and decision of where the story would go. So that's precisely what ILT does. ILT is a Choose Your Own Adventure lesson design package comprising a design guide as well as SLS lessons that you can just duplicate and customize to suit you and your students' needs. Moreover, ILT guides you to make use of commercially available tools such as PowerPoint and Typeform so that any teacher can conveniently create such lessons. Another benefit of using such tools is that students will be able to experience your immersive lesson anywhere and everywhere online. In ILT's Teacher's Guide, you will be guided to think about key design principles needed to craft a successful Choose Your Own Adventure immersive lesson. Let me share one example of the design principle as a sneak preview. A key design principle is world building and creating a sense of place in your stories. As the designer of the story, pay attention to the environment such as the landscapes, the weather, the language, the social customs, etc. Ideally, the characters that you design should be realistic. In the visual formats, you can consider thinking about how they look, how they move, and even how they talk. In the text formats, it is best to describe the characters vividly with specific details to allow room for imagination as students read the narrative. This allows students to be fully immersed in the real world of the story. In ILT's geography-based interactive video example, which features Phuket, you can see how the design of the environment is done so that students can actually experience the stormy weather by seeing the tropical palm trees sway and hear the tsunami rushing towards them as they take on the first-person role of the character. Moreover, by linking the students back to the Boxing Day tsunami in 2004, as seen in this newspaper graphic, it allows students to be more immersed in the narrative and triggers their prior knowledge of the incident and the factors that led to it. So these design principles are one of the ways in which ILT helps and guides teachers through the process of crafting an immersive learning experience. But not to worry at all if designing an immersive lesson from scratch seems a little daunting. In the SLS Community Gallery, you can find ILT's ready-made lessons based on the lesson design guide. You can simply make a copy and modify it for your own use in just a few steps. So what form can your immersive story take? Since stories can be told in many ways and forms, ILT's lesson samples feature text-based, image-based, as well as interactive video-based immersive experiences. So you can choose which you are most interested to try or whichever is most suitable for your students. Firstly, for the text-based lesson sample, you have a choice of either using Google Forms or Typeform. Typeform has a smooth interface with nice aesthetics as it can operate on full screen mode, allowing students to interact with the resource in a more immersive way. Next, if you prefer to engage students in a more visual way, you may select an image-based lesson sample. The lesson includes immersive graphics done through Figma, such as the one shown here. Finally, and probably the most immersive form would be the interactive video-based lessons. While they may also take a longer time to create, they are the most immersive, so that's one point to consider. Ultimately, choose the appropriate format and medium based on your comfort level and experience, as well as your student profiles. If you do take on trying out our Choose Your Own Adventure Immersive Learning Toolkit, please feel free to share your lessons with us through the SLS Community Gallery, in SGLTC, and with your fellow colleagues. Thank you for listening to our sharing, and we hope you found it useful. For more information, please feel free to scan the QR codes on the screen to learn more about ILT. The first QR code on the left is the link to a sample text-based immersive lesson using Google Form. The QR code next to it is also a sample text-based lesson, but using Typeform. The third QR code is the link to a sample image-based lesson, and the fourth QR code is the link to a sample interactive video-based lesson. The QR code right smack in the middle is the link to the teacher's guide, where you will be guided through the process of creating your own immersive learning experience. We look forward to seeing your Choose Your Own Adventure immersive learning lessons. For further information, feel free to contact the following officers via email. Thank you!